I'd like to open this video with a formal apology for everyone who had to suffer through the Bodhisattva voice last video. I made a drastic error in my judgment, and I promise to do better. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do Sue, have it on me, and keep it on me at all times. Hey, another fun fact. That was so... You better draw better at the end of this video. You had such a nice, thick, juicy, scrumdiddlyumptious draw at the end of last video. Don't play with me. I drew you the exact same way. And you lucky you were pre-draw. I'd stick you right back in there and rip you right back out. Don't you play with me. Not on camera. But, hey, you know what time it is. It's peak every week. Yo, you know we had to pre-draw for some peak luck. And overall, I'm excited. Last chapter was definitely a build chapter. My apologies that y'all couldn't understand the voice. That's the thing. I've done that voice before, just never for, like, an actual chapter review. And people could understand it, but I guess they knew me better. I didn't think that it would actually, like, assault your ears, and I did kind of forget. I don't actually, like, I do have headphones, obviously, whenever I do my reaction videos and stuff like that, so I do, like, listen through them sometimes, but now, like, considering my headphones are always tied into my mic, which is a Blue Yeti, I don't even, like, put these on. I don't, when I'm editing, I don't put these on. I just put them on, like, max volume and just edit and listen accordingly. But with it being the case, I didn't have the experience of me hitting the tongue noises directly into my own ears. So I can't imagine what that felt like as y'all were chilling, trying to enjoy a Blue Lock review, and y'all just had straight moisture, liquid, dancing in your ear canals. So, I really appreciate your patience, and once again, I deeply apologize. My bad. My apology. But with it being the case, let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into chapter 304, Benefactor of My Dream. Thanks for the food. All right, so we're back at the... It looks like we're back at the Sagi Yoichi household. And why does that food look busted? What is that? I don't know. I'd eat it. I think I mentioned this before, but I was actually a very picky eater once upon a time. And I like to say as a kid, but at least according to my creator, my mama, she was like, you were a picky eater until, like, darn near adulthood. So, yeah, when I was a kid, like, I was a picky eater for a long time. Then something just snapped. Something inside of me. And now I literally eat anything. Like anything. Like, anything to a point of active and genuine concern for some who see me eat literally anything. For example, let's just go down a list of some of the weirdest and most exotic things I've eaten. Actually, that's the thing. Because I eat depending on where I am, I think it's not really weird or exotic there, but relative to where I'm from. Cuy. If you don't know what cuy is, it's guinea pig. I visited Ecuador. They offered it to us, and it was delicious. Crocodile. No, alligator. I don't think I've actually eaten crocodile yet, but I have had alligator fritters. It was also bussin'. Cricket. Not cricket. Was it cricket? I think it was cricket. It was some bug. I think it was fried cricket. Yeah. And you may be like, Pencil, why? I don't know, dog. You fry anything and I eat a rock. So those are like my big three of exotic things or strange things. But I've eaten weird. Like, and notably, this isn't even weird. Like, I just don't know what it is. It does look bussin' though. That's the thing. Namora can cook on all aspects, including with the actual cooking. So I devour this. Undeniably. It does look absolutely... That's obviously just white rice. Maybe, because I think this is probably like a reference to the start of the series where he got like the victory food made for him late the day after. Just like, you know, he got the victory food technically made for him late because he didn't eat this before he went into the Eagles League and came out as number one. But still, man, so I'd eat it right now. Let's see. Oh, that's an adorable hoodie there. He has a hoodie that says "Not Genius." Thing is, though, he is right. I'll make a whole video talking about it, and I think I've seen some people talk about it, like, on the Reddit, but I don't think I've seen people talk about it like as much in a video format. Then again, I don't think I'm as tapped into the Blue Lock YouTube community as I should be. But like, I just need to look out. But I think I don't want to say he's just wrong, but I think he is kind of just wrong about the Isagi himself and a lot of characters. Well, it really depends. We always see through Isagi's lens, but the fine line between genius and talented learner doesn't exist. I hate it. It just doesn't exist. there are geniuses with talented learner aspects and talented learner aspects, or talented learners with genius aspects. Isagi's brain is not normal. In fact, the idea that he still believes it's a hardline thing between talented learners and geniuses, when he literally admits right in the same, I think it's in the same game where he unlocks Metavision, in Manshine, when he starts teaming up with Corona, where he's like, oh, you guys just don't see the world as I do. You guys don't have the same perception I do. That's something that a genius does, Isagi. And obviously, I'm not even talking about light novel Sagi, who could, like, sense the rain, and not by selling the petrichor, not by smelling the petrichor, but, like, actually just sense it. Like, his spatial awareness and touch was so sensitive, he was actually just able to precog the rain. Buddy, you're not normal. You claim not genius, but buddy, you are. You are definitely Buckaroo. You ain't normal. You definitely a genius in your own way. What I think it is, it's a spectrum. I think, or not really a spectrum, I say it's like a Venn diagram. And the overlap is where the true player is. There are genius aspects and there are talented learner aspects. They overlap and they create the player. There are players like Shido, who is mostly genius with small talented learner stuff. And then there are characters like Isagi. Then again, I don't know, I think Isagi's a bad example. Who's a good example of a talented learner with minor genius attributes? I say someone like Hiyori. Because once again, Hiyori, he has the same brain as Isagi, though, so it's really hard to tell. Again, those two, they're actually cracked in their perception. But that's the thing, right? I think it's very much a waving line, or like a metronome that just never stops swinging. You are a genius and a talented learner at the same time. At least for any of the top players. There may be some, like, lower tier players who are just purely spec'd into one, but, like, I don't know, man. Every major player has at least one aspect of the other, even if they're labeled as such. Baro has aspects of both. Shido has aspects of both. Rin clearly has aspects of both. Isagi has aspects of both. Bacha has aspects of both. In a way, Bacha definitely is very, very heavily genius coded. But Chigiri, Yukimai, like, think of a genuine top character. They have, you can look for aspects of talented learners and geniuses inside of them. And for a lot of the geniuses, it is this slight logic to their plays, or their ability to predict based on logic, even if that prediction, quote unquote, is instinctual. Like, you may say, hey, Pencilman, how is Bacha at all a talented learner if he, does his own thing instinctively and doesn't have reactive dribbling, only active dribbling? He still inputs data and then does what is instinctually the best to him. That's all that is. Shido, while he does not have metavision, has insane predictive and naturally good positioning because he's real good at reading a field and moving before anyone else. He has that fastest piece that Isagi was talking about. They have those out. I promise you there's no fine line. I think that's what the next big step will be for the U20 World Cup. It'll be Isagi realizing that line that he thinks exists, man, thing. Sorry, I'm taking way too much time on this first page and all over already. But with it being the case, Io Isagi is so fine, bro. You do not deserve her. I'm kidding. But with it being the case, great job, Yo-chan. Eat up, All-Star. Mom made her celebration. Ooh. Wait, I can't give Isagi's dad that voice. What voice am I going to give Isagi's dad? I can't rip my... Funnily enough, known my dad for literally life. Can't mimic his voice to save the life of me. I don't know why. Can't do his voice. Typically, I gain voices through exposure and just hearing them over and over again. That's why back in the day, when I was a younger man, and my baby brother was like still a baby, and I just listened to a whole bunch of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, I could hit a mean Mortimer. That's all I got now. Goofy! Get away! Goofy, I swear to the heavens, I will unload this entire Keyblade directly into your throat! But, I can't. Oh, wait, I actually do. I'm never getting that stupid replacement Keyblade that he got in 3, that ugly, nasty, disgusting thing. But, Goofy, get away from my wife! I can't do Mickey as much as I used to. Once again, it's all like an exposure thing. But I've been exposed to my dad's voice since before I was birthed. Apparently, that was like one of the only things pre-birth pencil would react to. Water and my father's voice. That's what I would like move inside my mom, apparently. But can't rip his voice. So let me see. Great job, Yo-chan. There we go. That's a more balanced voice for Isagi's mother. Let me think for Isagi's father. Eat up, All-Star. You know what? I'll give him a little bit of gravel. Why not? This is kind of the same voice. If I was voicing like a Ben Grimm, I may go a little bit more gravelly. But I think I'll give this to Isagi. Oh, Isagi. All right. Eat up, All-Star. Mom made her celebratory pork cutlets. So tasty. Pork cutlets after a victory are so rewarding. Is that this thing? Is this a reference to like the start? Because I remember, I think it was pork cutlets that she made after he lost the game. And he's like, this came at the wrong time. But after victory, it do be bad. And you know, like, I'm a guy who does cook for himself. And I have for years at this point. But even when I try to follow my mom's or my grandmother's or like any of my aunties or any of my uncles, because my uncles cook too. And the reason I know how to cook is because everyone in my family cooks. We need self-sufficient. You gotta learn how to cook. Whenever I try to copy any of their recipes or try to do anything that they do, it does not come out the same. It doesn't. I've learned how to make certain fast food better than what is typically made. Like, I ripped everything from Panda Express and I haven't been there in a while. I only go there whenever a friend wants to go there. Because I figured out how to make honey walnut shrimp, but better. On chicken, but better. And everything else I get from there. But I don't really eat as much rice as I used to. But like, still, I got better at all that. But if it's like homemade, I cannot cook to the same level as my family. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And they taste it and like, oh, it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's not busting. So I definitely understand Isagi being extra happy to taste his mom's cooking. But hey, it's nice to see that he's home now. Let's see. I'm glad, although we were shocked. Yeah, so he is home suddenly. Although we were shocked you came home so suddenly. Do you have a break from Blue Lock for long? Something like that. The U20 World Cup isn't for a while, so they told us we have the next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks? Dog. Okay, so it was how many days? Was it 50 days? Shoot, when did last chapter end? How many days did they have left of the World Cup? I think it was like 50. So 2 weeks, so it'll be 14. So they'll have, I think it was like 47 at the end of last chapter. So 2 weeks, 14. They'll have about 30 plus days to prepare. One last training arc before the 20. All right. Interesting. Let's see. Do you have a break from Blue Lock for long? Why am I trying to make her bread it? Let's see. Something like that. The U20 World Cup isn't for a while, so they told us we have the next 2 weeks off, and I came home. And you know what? I get that. Like, it's always good to visit home. I don't know. Something hits there. Like as a person who's lived in multiple places throughout his life, like something about coming home. It does always. It hits. And not even just like home isn't like your old childhood home, but even as home is in like your hometown. Just an area that you used to frequent. It is very nostalgic. And as a guy who's been out of school for a while now, I'm old. I'm old. I'm not gonna sit here and try to deny. I'm old. But with it being the case, I now feel nostalgic for even stuff like that. Like whenever I have to somehow grace those halls again. Though admittedly it's been forever. I just feel a little bit of nostalgia. It does hit. It's always nice being home. There's something special about home, and that's always a good thing. But let's see. They told us we have the next 2 weeks off, and I came home. Oh, then get lots of rest. 1 pork cutlets again. Oh, okay, mama. See, ma'am. Eo, I know he's not treating you right. Come on now, Eo. Come on. You say, I know he's not built like that. Eo, come holla at. I'm kidding. Shigiri's mom, though. And his sister. Holla at you, boy. I'm kidding. But let's see. Where am I? But let's see. 1 pork cutlets again tomorrow? And the day. Oh, she's like. But you know what? That is like, that's a crazy thing, right? Like, I don't know. Because I can't think of it, but like, I can't imagine sending my kid off to like just something, right? Like this is cool, it's a little soccer program. He may be there for a month or two. And then what? It hasn't even been a full year in universe. Isagi went from a random nobody who couldn't even make nationals to being the #1 in Blue Lock and the spokesperson for the U20 of Japan. That is absolutely, like, I would always, like, I'd be going backflips for my kid, darn it. Like, and I'm already going to be proud of my kid no matter what they do. I'm proud that if I'm lucky enough to have kids, I'm going to be happy enough that they exist. Gosh darn it. That's what my parents always said to me, and I get it, man. Just life, especially life that you made, is probably just beautiful. So, like, yeah, you ain't going to have any complaints regardless. But that, yeah, like, even Issei says it. I've got to say, though, this has gotten crazy. Your popularity, your abilities, your salary. Like, that is, like, imagine your kid comes home and they're worth 300 million. And apparently, someone in last week's comment section said, apparently the salaries are in euro? I thought they were all in yen. But regardless, whichever one it's in, your son, like, hold on, I got the Googler right here. Hold on 1 second, Batman. Let me explain why this is actually so crazy and why I'd be doing genuine backflips and tricks on my own son. For my own son. If he came home with 300 million yen. No. It's not 300 million. What is it? What is there? It's two. Gosh darn it. I forgot their values. I'm thinking of Kaiser. Hold on. Isagi value. Because I know it's tied with rent. It's 240 something, right? Yeah, 240. But still, 240 million yen. Might as well be 300 million. But we'll do 240 million with an M. And we're going to go with the low ball. Yen to USD. Yo, your son, not 3 months ago, was some random nameless bum. And he came home a millionaire. 240 million yen is $1,668,822.23. And if the guy from that last count is right, and these bids are actually in euro, it cannot be in euro. There's no way Isagi has a salary of 272 million. I think that's wrong. I think that's in yen. There's no, because like I've never heard of a soccer player game. Then again, I guess I'm not really tapped into the football world, so maybe it is. Hold on. Because that doesn't, I mean, like, maybe it's just higher in the Bullock world, but that'd be $272,643,621.60 if it was in euro. I don't think he's like worth that much, especially if you took the, what, you know what, let me just, what was Messi's salary? Because he's like, I believe, it's between Messi and Ronaldo, who's the best player. Yeah, 12 million USD. If his salary in 2025, 20 million with a guaranteed base salary of 12 million. So yeah, and you know what, let me look up Mbappe because he's a younger player. What is Mbappe? I remember hearing about his salary too. Oh, yeah, so 31 million euro. So yeah, at least the bids that we've gotten for Blue, they cannot be in euro. They are in yen. But even still, the son came home a millionaire. Nearly a 2 millionaire. At age 17. He's not even old enough to drink yet in Japan, I don't believe. I think you do have to be 18 in Japan in order to drink. And he's a millionaire! A millionaire who's now world famous! Like, yeah. You can have pork cutlets every day. If you buy it, you don't even gotta buy. I'll buy it. Yeah, I get it. Let's see. Hey now, dear. Oh, sorry. He came back to rest, so I shouldn't talk about that. No. What? No, I'm like, man, I'm glazing my kids a little bit. Like, you know what? But admittedly, I'm not sure if I'll do it to my kids. But one thing my dad would always do to like ground me whenever because I had some moments in my life where I went absolutely crazy. I remember I was doing tricks and backflips on when I first had 1,000 subscribers, and I remember in like any of the high points of my life, he'd grab me by the shoulder and be like, "Kid, I made you. You came out You came out of me." And I was like, yeah, I am human. It was the weirdest way. But you know, my dad, he's a funny, strange guy. But it did instantaneously humble me. Right? Like, yeah, you know, I'm still a guy, and there's still always more to go. I don't know what it was about that, but that was like that was the quickest way to, I guess, like kind of like deflate all the hype out of me and be like, okay, let's be reasonable, let's be logical. But it's funny because he's the infinitely more reactive and uncontrolled of my two parents. He is absolutely not the one you would think would be able to instantly just, but. He did it. Let's see. No, it's okay. Blue Lock is handling the offers from the Blue Lock is handling the offers from the overseas club in the meantime. Oh, seconds, please. We'll get the details later. So they just said to focus on the U20 World Cup for now. Okay, interesting. I wonder if by handling, does that mean they're actually getting paid by Blue Lock instead, or do their salaries just not count? Like, are they doing this pro bono? Hold on. I'm assuming they have to be, right? Hold on. Let me see. Do U20? Yeah, do U20 players get paid? Okay. Yes. U20 under 20 players can be paid, but it depends on the context and specific league or organization. In professional soccer, academy players, including U20s, are typically paid. However, in some cases with college athletes, they may receive scholarships. Yeah, so they're getting paid. So I do wonder, is Isagi actually like, is Blue Lock actually footing that bill? That's a fat bill to foot. But I guess considering what? How much money did like Blue Lock TV make? Rin and Isagi's salary is like a drop in the bucket to like how much actual money that they made. So that actually may not be too much to actually eat that bill for however long the U20 World Cup is going to last, and then they're going to go to the clubs themselves, which will then have to foot the bill. So they may not even have to pay like a full year salary, but still, very, very interesting. Let's see. Ego writing that check seems crazy. It really is amazing. Aside from the money, you managed to win and become #1 in Blue Lock, Yo-chan. Which is, like, that is good. Like, that is crazy. That is crazy. He was a bum. Like, hey, I love you. If you could tell, I'm a massive Usagi Beat Muncher. But, like, he was a bum. A random. A nameless fodder background character, gosh darn it. And now he's #1. Sure, #1. Whoop-de-doo. But #1! That's crazy. That's great. That's so crazy. He's goated. Like, once again, I don't know, I'd be doing backflips in the back, bro. Like, I'd lose it. Like, I genuinely go insane. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's, like once again, I'd slap on the shoulder and be like, I made you, child. But, like, I made you. What? What? You came out of me? But I was like, yeah, thanks. I joined the league wanting to become #1, and I faced the challenges head on. I really pulled it off, and I'm really stoked. For real. I feel like I'm not doing Isagi's. I don't know what this voice I'm doing for Isagi is, but it's not his voice. I'm sorry. But, yeah, we saw Isagi's hype. He's a bit more mellowed out here, but he did literally tweak out, crash out, and scream on live TV. so he deserves a bit more mellow here. I get that. I like that, though. Let's see. Oh, my word. Thanks for that trash. My ultimate clown. You know, I was wondering, because, like, so that's crazy, though. But, like, wouldn't you get in trouble for that? Like, are you allowed to curse? I guess I don't, I just don't watch enough. I just don't watch enough professional sport. But, like, isn't that, like, a technical, like, you're not, then again, I guess the game is over. But I don't know, because you saw you be cussing mid-match. I feel like he does, or at least I think he does. I know other characters do. So, like, he just got away with that, like, on live TV, bro. But that's great. But you know what? I love that his parents are, like, cool with it, or at least, like, making jokes about it. Huh? What? He's imitating you. He's been practicing since then. My ultimate clown. Hey, quit it! Don't pick on your son, evil dad. Okay, so they have better reactions. If I were to do that, like, notably, my parents know of my channel and, like, my content, but they don't actually watch it because, like, they're like, "Oh, you come over there and talk about, like, that anime and fictional stuff." Yeah, we don't care. But if it were to ever catch wind, right? Like, say I do, like, blow up one day, and then, like, a clip of me goes viral and does something like that, I think they would apparate from that. Like, they would appear from thin air, or they would, like, a portal would rip open, space itself would tear, like Thanos with the space stone, and they would pop in and beat the taste out of my mouth. They'd be proud because it went viral and I was doing something very crazy that got to that point that they saw it. But, like, they're like, "You represent us, boy. How dare you?" But he saw his friends are like, "Hey, you know, I said a million. Who cares what he said?" But let's see. And he even finds it funny. Let's see. But if you keep trash talking like that, Yo-chan, you'll be a bad influence on the kids watching at home. See, so, like, they're like, we're not even worried about your image. We're worried about the impact you'll have on others if you don't watch that mouth. So something tells me the Isagi family, they were cussing and fussing a little bit too. I don't think Isagi is the random first birth. Oh, I just realized his ahoge is just like his dad's. He has the exact same. His dad does have seemingly more naturally uprising, spiky, and flowing hair, but Isagi's hair still has the droop, and even the like pseudo bangs, I guess you would call these bangs, the drape down that his mother has. So I do, once again, this I talked about. Funny enough, I talked about this in the Ichigo Rich review. I've been a good boy today. I've recorded 4 videos, or not even 4 videos, 5 videos total, because I recorded Kagurabachi, Ichi the Witch, 4 nights, the live reaction and the review, and now I'm recording Blue Lock. This will be the final video for today because it's getting late. I need to edit and upload Kagurabachi. Gotta smack that together real quick. But all that being the case, I talked about, like, good character or parent then character design, and I would say the Isagi family is another good example of that. In fact, since we have all 3 of them here in this one shot, let me point it out. You can definitely tell Isagi is a lot more like his mother, but you can still see the aspects of his father. He has more of, I'd say, his father's eye shape, I'd say. Because let's see. Let me see if I can get a shot of Isagi with his eyes open. He does have rounder eyes, like his mom. So yeah, you know what? Isagi, he really is a carbon copy of his mama. Now that I look at him, because he has the same eye shape as his mother, but he does have the drawdown part of the eye. So if you'll notice, Isagi's eyes have this point right here. His mother doesn't have those. She just has the full rounded eyes. But he does have the rounded eyes of his mother, but the drop down aspect from his father, you can see that lined up here. He does have his mother's hair texture, seemingly, or at least its hair direction, where it's heavy and it falls down. Meanwhile, Isagi's father's hair spikes up, but he does have his father's ahoge, or I think it's a ahoge, not a cowlick. And he also has his father's hair color, naturally. And he does seem to be a perfect mix of their builds as well. And face shape wise, he is once again his mama. But then again, trust me, I don't actually look anything like my dad. It's funny. I know he's my father. Trust me, I know he's my dad. But like, for the longest time, I didn't look like either of my parents. Then I randomly woke up one day and I looked like a carbon copy of my mother. Like, it's actually, like, I is genuinely uncanny. I look like her brother. Just her younger brother. Like genuinely, I've been confused for her sibling before. It just like my genes mutated randomly and we're like, hey, we're gonna look like this side of the family. I'm gonna be like, what about the other side of the family? They're like, that's for your younger brother. And I was like, oh, well, okay. And bada bing, bada boom. I look like my mom's side of the family. My little brother looks like my dad's side of the family. These things happen. Genetics are wacky. But with it being the case, really stoked. Where was I? Agreed as... He's having so much fun with it. Oh, you're talking just like Kaiser now. That's not me. Oh, but you see, he's laughing. He's having fun. So the whole... See, that's the thing. I do like that. The whole family's in on it. I can still imagine the absolute annihilation I would go through if I did something like that, though. Let's see. Ding dong. Oh, interesting. Delivery. Huh? A box? Yeah, why is she so fond? But let's see. It's for me. It's for me from Blue Lock. What is all this? It's a bunch of discs. Maybe they're recordings of something? Plus a plane ticket? Wait, I thought it was in Japan. Am I tweaking? I thought the Neo Eagles League was in Japan. Or not the Neo, I thought the World Cup was being hosted in Japan. Or where are they flying to? Let's see. Plus a plane ticket and a letter from Ego-san? Yoichi Isagi-sama? Why are we calling him Lord? Hold on. Learn about this. I'm a scientist. Learn about soccer, Yoichi Isagi. The key to your next evolution is in here. Discover it for yourself. Jinpachi Ego. Alright, nice and simple. Alright, let's see. What is a plane ticket to for? What is that? Let's see. Learn about soccer. Did Ego-san think up an assignment just for me? I mean, probably. You are that's the thing. I think Isagi, if he's not captain, I'm not sure who would be. Like, he has the best, like, positioning and role to be captain, unironically. I know a lot of people are saying Aiku. I've heard some people say Karasu again. But, like, Isagi is the leader. Like he's representative. It only makes sense for him to be the leader. Let's see. An assignment just for me? The key to your next evolution is in here. I've been wondering for a while, what kind of person does Ego-san seem like to you, Yo-chan? That, a fiend, a monster, an animal, a creature? Let's see. Huh? I mean, he's definitely radical. And he has, this is the more he's, yeah, that's, my voice is finally shifting back to what Isagi's voice is supposed to be. I don't know what I was doing before. Let's see. I mean, he's definitely radical. And he has his own philosophy, I guess. He's totally unsociable, and he'll only say what he means, no matter who he's talking to. He'd be just some weirdo if he was somewhere else. Yeah. But, like, I do agree. Ego is in the perfect place and has a perfect mentality to do what he wants to do specifically. Like, notably, I am always a person who believes you should definitely adapt to your environment in the professional sense, in the professional world, right? Like, I still am me no matter where I go, but I don't be making the jokes I do, I don't be doing the things that I do with friends or on camera and stuff like that in the professional workplace or anything adjacent to the professional workplace or in public. Like, I'm not just saying my parents will operate and beat me and that's why I'm always polite. I was just raised to be polite, and I think that's ultimately better. And adapting and folding and acquiescing in some cases is better for me. But very specifically for the drastic goal that Ego's trying to produce, it wouldn't be worth it with him being soft or submissive. He has to be as aggressive, as forceful, in flow at all times, gosh darn it. He has to be as poignant as possible in order to really break fate, if you will. Let's see. Huh, so he's just like he looked. So he's just how he looked on Blue Lock TV. I guess that actually makes him trustworthy. Yeah, because you know Ego won't lie to you. It ain't worth it in his eyes. He'll tell you the truth. Yeah. Plus, he believes more than anyone on Earth that Japan will win the World Cup. The World Cup, not the U20 World Cup. I don't know. Like, once again, I know it sounds super duper long, and there definitely are, like, shorter. There are definitely ways that we could speed through some matches, but, like, I don't know. But Blow Luck is probably going to hit. It has to hit at least 600. And that's assuming there's no club art. That assumes we lose U20 and immediately, or win or lose. Win or lose. It cannot go either way. But that assumes we win or lose U20 and skip a club arc entirely. Just time skip to the real World Cup arc. But, like, I don't think that's happening. I think we're getting U20. However long that's going to be. It is at bare minimum as long as San Diego League. The U20 World Cup will not be over before chapter 450. It will not. It will not be. I am so close. I'd almost put my left big toe on it, but I need that left big toe for balance. So I'll put... In fact, you know what? That guy with the kitchen, unfortunately, did not become canon as per the laws of the universe. But if the U20 World Cup ends before chapter 450, that guy with the kitchen will become canon. That's the new stipulation I'll put on. I'll do it. And someone mentioned to do the Burasata voice. I will not do the Burasata voice in that video for the entire thing. I may do some bits with it, but that's it. If the U20 World Cup ends before chapter 450, then we'll do it. But honestly, especially with the pace we're going at right now, there's no way that thing ends before 450. But yeah, I don't know, man. Wins the World Cup, not the U20 World Cup, and we know those are different things. And obviously, we know Noah's the final boss. Like, I'm interested. Let's see. I'm thinking of anime ego now, but I don't like anime ego's voice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I only need crazy fiends who won't be satisfied until they're the world's best. You know, I kind of understand it now. He understands it now? Let's see. The sincerity of an adult and what true passion feels like. Jinpachi Ego is the craziest, most fascinating guy in the world. And he's the benefactor of my dream. Whoa, why is that Loki kind of a bar? But I get that. Like, and that's the chapter title. Roll credits. Benefactor of my dream. Yeah, roll credits. But, and it's funny, right? Because ultimately, while this is kind of a two-way street, in a way, not just in the way that everyone's like, oh, Ego specifically grooming, not in that way, but he's raising, training, and cheering Isagi to be sort of his living legacy, to be the next him in a way, or a successful version of him. As we know, he did once play against Wano, was once his rival, but now is reduced to what he is now. But at the same time, Isagi is the benefactor of Ego's dream. Every Blue Locker is the benefactor of Ego's dream. The fact that they're as good as they are, the fact that they fought as hard as they did, the fact that they developed as much as they have, it is truly a symbiotic relationship. Sure, Ego gave them the platform, but if none of them were valid, if they were all booty butt meat, if they were all Ego Curry, Blue Lock TV wouldn't have happened. Needlessly wouldn't have happened. Heck, the U20 World Cup team wouldn't have even changed. Like, genuinely. Isagi feeds into Ego just as Ego feeds into Isagi. It is a never-ending cycle. And that's the same case with all the Blue Lockers who survived, and even the ones that didn't. They were all fodder for Ego's dream in a sense, but Ego was fodder for them in their development. It's a beautiful, almost twisted, I want to say almost twisted, but it's a beautiful cycle where they've essentially consumed each other. And and you know what? That goes into the concept idea of Blue Lock, devouring, and how devouring isn't really a one-time process. It's a process that happens again and again and again, and it goes on and on and on. It's like an Ouroboros. That's basically what Ego and Blue Lock is to its participants. Let's see. Oh, I love how both his parents are just happy for him. They're like, yeah, and hey, once again, millionaire at age 17. Let's see. It seems like you're having fun, Yo-chan. I'm glad you met someone good. Oh, it's so sweet. She's so fun. Let's see. You sure have changed, Yoichi. In a short time you're away, you've gotten more mature than me. That's sweet. He also probably has more money than you at this point. Let's see. No way. Though you are like a kid, Dad. But you know what, honestly? Even as I get older, my bones start to hurt more, because they sometimes hurt now. As time passes me by and such and such and so on and so on, I don't ever want to like leave that childhood innocence, that wonder by. Obviously, you grow, you mature, you adapt. You don't stay exactly the same. I believe you should always change and develop. I don't think even once you think you're at your best, I feel like you can always be better, right? No one's ever perfect. But I wouldn't really want to abandon that part of me. I think if I didn't have that part of me, I wouldn't be making content. Like, I don't know. This is how I express that passion. My artwork, the videos I make, the discussions I have, the games I play. Like, that's essentially me keeping myself alive. Like, that boy all those years ago who really liked to yap now has a platform to yap. The boy who before the boy who liked to yap, who liked to pick up a pencil and put it to a sheet of paper. He's still alive. He's alive in me. And ultimately, I feel like if I were to ever give it up or give up content creation, at this point, give up content creation, or give up art, like I think that would be essentially me consigning myself to oblivion. Like, there's not, trust me, I have other passions. I love to travel. I love video games, which admittedly I do want to start doing content for, and also, so like there are definitely things I could keep adding to this dream and passion. But yeah, is that like a bit kid? Sure, but he's competent. Had you, didn't he? Pull the O, didn't it? Like pull himself apart. But would that be the case? Let's see. But Yoichi, I just want you to remember this. No matter how much you change, the fact that Mom and I are your family will never change. Aw. I think you're gonna fight even bigger challenges soon. You'll live in a world of competition, where you'll get hurt and hurt others. Okay, you know what? So I'm breaking it. This is a beautiful moment, though. I do love how they're like, we're always going to be here for you, man. And then that's what's it. And I'm lucky enough to have a really healthy relationship with both my parents, and I love them both deeply, and they love me deeply as well. So that does touch a part of my own like my parent loving heart. But there's been this idea that it's not just that the U20 will lose due to a lack of collective effort, but they're going to lose because of Isagi. From Isagi noticing how high up he is and how far down he could fall, to Loki not being banned from the meta and actually participating in the U20 World Cup, and he's still considered a godly master tier opponent when no one in the Blue Lock currently is on master level. To the idea that there still will have to be a real World Cup arc, and we could rematch literally every single character we'll see in U20 in the real World Cup arc. There's been this idea that Isagi's gonna fumble the bag, and that the club arc may be an Isagi downward arc, because a lot of people said Isagi's been winning too much, right? And I can see it in the macro sense, right? If you look at it purely by the macro sense, Isagi has not lost since second selection, like not even that, the World 5 match. Isagi in the macro sense has not lost since then. He won the U20 game with his own goal. He won Barcha with his own assist. He won Manshine with an assist. He won Ubers with his own goals. He won PXG with his own goals. He has spent the entire 150 chapter run, and even before that, the U20 arc, winning. So a lot of people are waiting for him to take a dive. And another thing is Kaneshiro Sensei, I believe mentioned in an interview, where he asked the question, right? Because he knows Isagi's a very popular character. He knows me personally, and I've spoken to Kaneshiro Sensei personally, obviously. And he asked the question. I think he said something along the lines of, I see how many people like Isagi Yoichi, but I wonder if they'll be able to support him all the way to the end. Meaning, Isagi Yoichi may do things that we would disagree with, may fail in ways we may not expect, and may become a monster that he swore he would never become, all for the sake of becoming the best striker in the world. And if that's the case, I mean, I'm excited, but once again, this builds into that. You'll live in a world of competition where you'll get hurt and hurt others. I swear, if Isagi gets Shigiri's leg broken, I'm going to teleport into the manga and ring him up by the neck, and I'm going to take his body, and I'm going to beat Kaneshiro Sensei with it. Do not do anything to Shigiri, please! But, with it being the case, let's see. Okay, but let Mom speak a little bit. Mom and I will always be watching over you. No matter how things change, this is your home to return to. Oh, that's so sweet, though, man. That's so sweet. Oh, that's so, oh, man. That's the thing, man. I love that. That's always good. And notably, it doesn't have to be your parents. It doesn't have to be people you're blood related to at all. I know many people who do not have positive relationships with their family. I get it. I fully acknowledge I lived a very blessed life with very blessed people. Trust me. But as long as you do have a home, if it's in community, if it's in friends, if it's in family, even if it's just in a location, as long as you have home, a place where no matter how far you wander, you can always come back to, a place of stability, a core, that no matter how far you fall or how high you rise, you know you can always go back to that base, always go back to that beginning. I think you're good. I think you're very, very good. And you're better. You're better for it. Much, much better. But let's see. Oh, even he saw, you know, like that hits, bro. Man, this man, why is it have to take on my heart, bro? Let's see. Thank you for everything. Oh, and thanks for the food. Oh, see, that was genuine. But he's like, all right, now we're done. Oh, you're done? Yeah, I want to watch these videos. Oh, they're so happy for him too. But I get that, man. I'd be so happy. Man. I'd be doing these backflips, bro. No, and I can't hit backflip. I'd break my neck. Let's see. 2008 Euro Finals. This is a pretty old disc. I'm shocked he even still has a DVD player. Then again, I blew out this take place a couple years in the past. Let's see. Guess I'll check it out. I wonder what Ego-san wants me to learn. Oh, it really is a soccer recording. I wonder what match this is. Looks like it's a clip from partway through. Interesting. Let's see. Is that the Snuffsters? I can't. No, the nose is too small. Let's see. A goal scene. Does he want me to learn about shooting? Maybe. Okay, so we do need to get your shooting training up, bro. Like don't get me wrong. I love the 50-50 with the direct shots, and I get it. But brother, we gotta evolve that shooting. But we gotta evolve a couple. We gotta get your stats up, and we gotta get your bag up. Those two things. You got a deep bag, but we need some more. Let's see. It's a cut to another match. Oh, interesting. And this is just called Euro Finals. So maybe it's just multiple different games. It cuts to another match. These do look like different teams though. A header? Oh, but blocked by the goalie. What is this? The shot was blocked? Not genius. He's not telling me to learn from the goal scenes? Then what is he showing me? I'm actually wondering that too. Huh? Whenever the recording changes, it starts with a tempo changing trap. Or a killer pass. So that's it! He doesn't want to show me the goals. But game-changing moments? Are these guys references to anybody? I don't know. Once again, I don't know football that well. Let's see. That's gotta be it. The ideas behind these traps, passes, and dribbles that add a new stimulus to the field. Ego-san handpicked these recordings from the international match. Okay. And I bet that ticket is to fly and actually watch an international game. That's why I assume that's for. Because again, the U20 World Cup is taking place in Japan. Like, unless he's trained them overseas for some reason, I have no idea why he would include a plane ticket. But okay. So especially, and if he did make custom like reels or clip shows for all of them, he wants Isagi to understand the game-changing moments, because Isagi in particular has always kind of been the basis of the game-changing moments. Obviously, because he's the main character, but think about almost every point in every major game, right? Whether it be a block or a goal or an interception, Isagi is in the center of a lot of those moments. But once again, Isagi's in the center of those moments, but I don't think he realizes what that means just yet. I think Ego knows that Isagi's been subconsciously in these instances, but doesn't know what it means yet. So now he wants Isagi to figure it out on his own and discover how to, once again, create that formula. Consistently be able to create these moments, no matter what they are, from passes to traps to blocks to goals. Let's see. Ego-san handpicked these recordings from international matches for this collection of plays that produced the goal scent. Okay, that is what. Okay, see. There's still so much I don't know about soccer, overflowing through the world. Yeah, so they're presumably gonna be flying about, actually witnessing the world before they end up fighting the world. Let's see. This is fascinating and fun. I need to input this new stimulus. I want to reach Jinpachi Ego's levels of thought. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. All right. That's my boy. That's my son. Not Corona. He's adopted. Let's see. All of us in Blue Lock are still. Oh, the rest of the ego. Oh. 45 days into the U20 World Cup. All right. There we go. That's much better. I like to see you know better. Good. So the pre-draws are up, but the end draw is kind of clean. But the rest of the ego is 4. They're all getting it. Very interesting, though. Yeah. It looks like, unless, because these are all the letters that they got from ego. But there's no boxes. There's no delivery. So yeah, it was just, yeah, Isagi, he has to be captain, bro. He has to be captain. There's no way Isagi's not captain at this point. Because he's the only one who got this specifically curated stuff. Everyone else just got a letter. Maybe their boxes got received off screen, but it's all letters. Interesting, Kunigami, he's still physically training. And interesting, it looks like he has the Blue Lock towel still, even though he may not be in... Oh, well, he's in this mountainous area. He may still be training in Blue Lock. Interesting that Ego was sending him a letter, not just talk to him. Chigiri also seems to be possibly at home. I think the posture is definitely at home, but overall, all right, a nice W chapter, a chapter that feels really grounded and hits home to me. Like I don't know, this chapter it's not like one of my favorites, but it's definitely in that catalog for me where like this chapter feels warm. If that makes sense, I know that sounds super weird, but the chapter feels warm. It touches my heart in a way that a lot of Blue Lock touches my heart in different ways, like can be heart attacks. But this chapter touches my heart and like really aligns with like my philosophy on life, essentially, and reminds me of the people I love and care about, and that's always a good thing for me. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave Endless Evolution, Endless Evolution, in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that notification bells so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you've been having Patreon below, where you support me for as low as $1, get a month, things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also, now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions here of the series I have to review, ad variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, the link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 minutes for a short video, 2 minutes long video, or any means at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Gyomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo 2404, Planet Crone, G Prosper, Nevis 97, and Ollie. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneel, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Inc. tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchia, Carlo Alaimo, and Grim. And then I'd like to give a big old hefty thank you to our digital art tier members: Jay Warrior and AZ Void. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Walkie Munoz and Walkie Munoz. And then I'd finally like to give a giga super duper kidney sacrificing thank you to our ultimate, that guy with a heart on the horizon, Calvin Elder.